Hey everyone, today we are going to be talking about the Disneyland price increase that just happened and how you can avoid some of the cost increases, at least in the short term, if you act quickly before October 20th. We'll get more into that in a minute, but there are a lot of changes that have happened today, not just in ticket prices, but in like activities around the park, in some perks at Walt Disney World and other things. So I want to cover absolutely everything, at least that I'm aware of as of right now. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, October 8th, which is the day that all of this information came out. And so you're seeing this a day later. I think I'm putting it out on Thursday, but I waited a little bit instead of rushing it so that we had some more information because I want you to have the biggest picture possible. And of course, just to jump right into it, the biggest price increase that's going to affect most people is going to be single-day ticket prices. And just to address the elephant in the room, if you're wondering why I'm wearing my neck fan in the house, it's because it's hot in here, and I'm upstairs in our bedroom. I don't have an office or anything like that, so we got to make do with what the space that we have. And we have in-the-wall air conditioners. You can kind of see it up there. If I turn it on, it's going to be really, really loud. So running the neck fan in here just to keep me cool. But Disneyland ticket prices, yes, those have gone up, and we are going to take a look at a couple of websites and things as we're going through this so you can read it with me. And we are just going to switch to this vertical format here as we go through. We're looking at Mickey Visit. Mickey Visit is the website. They are a fellow Getaway Today affiliate, and they are pretty great when it comes to information like this. All of the Disneyland price increase information, they've compiled it here. So let's just go ahead and go down through it. They've got this in nice sections, and we're going to cover everything together. So first off, ticket prices. The lowest tier of one-day tickets, tier 0, has remained unchanged. That's $104, and so $104 per ticket is what it was before. There are very few tier 0 days out there anyway, but they're more prevalent in like January, February, early March, and so if you are going to be coming in the next couple of months, this may interest you. Tier 0 tickets are not changed. However, the Tier 6 prices have increased by $18, so now it's up to $224 per ticket. Yeah, an $18 ticket increase. Before it was $206, now it is $224, and that's just for one park per day. That does not include Park Hopper. If you want a 5-day Park Hopper, the price has increased by $39, and it's now $655, it says. And it looks like Premier Pass has also hit an all-time new high of $449. We'll talk about Lightning Lane in just a little bit. I assume that they get into that. I actually haven't really gone through their entire website. I've gotten snippets of things like on Reddit or Twitter drops and things like that. So we're looking at this together, everything, and as far as all the price changes have gone. It looks like you can save if you want to book with Getaway Today. And I have a price breakdown over here on my YouTube community posts if you want to see the price breakdowns. The minimum on a 5-day ticket that you will save is $46. You'll be able to save $46 per person by booking with Getaway Today before October 20th, because Getaway Today is still selling tickets at the old prices for the next couple of weeks. Just a little under 2 weeks, they're selling these prices. So lock in your trips clear through January of 2027. If you lock them in with Getaway Today before October 20th of 2025, you will be able to get the old ticket prices. And on a 5-day ticket, that'll save you $46 minimum. That's on a 1 park per day ticket. And if you add Park Hopper, it's more. And if you add Lightning Lane pre-purchased, it's even more, because Lightning Lane has gone up from $32 to $34 minimum. So it's a $2 per person increase on Lightning Lanes, and that's just on the minimum. I don't know what the upper end is, but again, that's also per person. So this price that you're looking at, $46 to $111, is per person. The $111 savings being based on an adult 5-day Disneyland Resort Park Hopper ticket with Lightning Lane multi-pass. So you're guaranteed to save $46 by booking before the 20th, but you can save up to $111 depending on the add-ons that you add in there. And of course, you can see the price breakdown breakdowns for the different tickets from 5 all the way down to 2-day tickets. It does not look like there are any savings on 1-day tickets. So the savings begin with Getaway Today on 2-day or more tickets. It looks like the price increases are taking effect for Disney World as well. One park per day ticket prices have gone up from $199 to $209, so they've gone up $10 over at Walt Disney World. Disney World is always a little cheaper than Disneyland when it comes to prices on just about everything, because Florida is a cheaper state than California for expenses and things. So oftentimes Disneyland expenses are a little bit higher. Disneyland ticket prices are a little bit higher, but you often go to Walt Disney World for far longer than you would at Disneyland, so Walt Disney World vacations can end up being more expensive more often than not if you're staying, say, for 10 days as opposed to 5 here at Disneyland on the maxes. Price increase, okay, here's a further breakdown of these. Looks like Tier 1 days have gone up by $3, Tier 2 days have gone up by $7, Tier 3 days have only gone up by $5, so that's a little bit smaller of an increase. Tier 4 days have only gone up by $4, Tier 5 by $3, and Tier 6 days have gone up by a whopping $18. So the tiers only take place on 1-day ticket prices. That's how the tiers work on 1 day. Once you get to a 2-day ticket, a multi-day ticket, they equalize the prices because a multi-day ticket is good for up to 14 days. So if you start something on, say, November's next, right? So if you start something on November 1st, you have until November 14th to use so if you bought a 2-day ticket, you go November 1st. You can also go November 14th. You have 14 days to use them. And because you could go anytime during that 14 days, it really makes the tiers kind of null and void. And so, yes, usually multi-day tickets are going to be flat rated. And so it looks like here the cost increase on a 2-day ticket has gone up $5. The 3-day ticket has gone up $10. A 4-day ticket has gone up just $6. And a 5-day ticket has gone up $9. So what you're seeing here is that the usual, like what people usually book, are going to be 3-day price increase, or 3-day tickets. And so 2 to 3-day tickets are going to experience the biggest jump. And then there are 5-day tickets because we get a lot of Aussies and international guests here who, if they're going to fly all the way from, say, Japan or Australia, or even the UK, I mean, some of you all from the UK as well, you've made a significant time commitment and cost commitment to get here, so you stay for 5 days. So also they've increased the 5-day tickets by the most, just given that. But that's kind of the rationale there for the price increases. We're not going to go through the park hopper price increases. If you want to check out all of those, you can just pause the screen right now, zoom in a little bit, I guess, if you can. I don't know if you can zoom in on YouTube. Maybe watch this on your TV. I know most of you probably watch it on the TV anyway, and this is going to be nice and big on your screen on the TV, and you can hopefully see all this a little bit easier. But there's the park hopper price increases. Lightning Lane, here we go. Lightning Lane is now $34 per person, where the minimum before was $32. And if you wait to purchase the service day of, pricing is variable and starts at $37 and could go up from there. So it looks like it won't ever be below $37 in person, but it's $34 if you book ahead of time. That's news to me if they have changed how that works. Usually that pricing is based on what day you're coming. On a less busy day of the week, it will be the lower price, and a more busy day of the week, or a more busy time of the year, like spring break, it'll be the higher pricing. But maybe they have changed that now. Maybe that's it could have already been that way, and I just haven't noticed in the last couple of months. But according to Mickey Visit, $34 is the pre-purchase price point. And the minimum, if you wait for day of, is $37. I believe that would have been $36 before, so it's only gone up $1. Because the last couple of times that I've looked into purchasing Lightning Lane, it's not been any lower than $36. So that could always be possible, but it's gone up maybe $1 there for guests who do not pre-purchase. The one downside to pre-purchasing Lightning Lane is, say you're coming for 5 days. Do you really need Lightning Lane for all 5 days? Probably not. So if you want to save some money, I would just buy it when you get here anyway. Buy it for maybe 1 or 2 days maximum of your 5-day trip. If you're coming for 3, you may only need it for 1. If you're coming for 2, you probably want it for both. Well, if you're you're doing Disneyland and DCA. And then if you're coming for just a single day, of course, you're going to want it. So it sounds like pre-purchasing it is going to be the way to go, especially if you are purchasing just a 1 or a 2-day ticket and you want to save a few dollars here or there. I mean, right, $3 per person for a family of 4 is $12 times 2 days is $24. So you're saving $24. But I suppose it's $24 that you could spend in the park to get, well, maybe 3 Dole Whips, right? You can get 3 or 4 Dole Whips for that price, or churros. 4 churros. You can get 4 churros for that price. So maybe that's worth it to lock in those savings with Lightning Lane. And then Magic Key prices. This is Magic Key. If you're a Magic Key holder, these prices are effective immediately, which means if you have not yet renewed, if you are in your renewal window and you haven't done it yet, or your renewal window starts today or tomorrow or whenever, these are the new prices. You even Getaway today can't help you get the lower prices with Magic Keys. Inspire Key has gone up $150, a whopping $150. That is insane, okay? Insane. Believe Key has gone up $100, and it looks like Enchant Key and Imagine Key are remaining the same. So thankfully, if you have the lowest 2 tiers, those prices have not increased for you, but mine, the Inspire Key, has gone up by $150. Thankfully, I renewed back at the end of August, so I won't have to pay this new cost until next August, and by then I'll forget about it. And it'll just be what the cost is, right? Because that's what I feel like I did this year. Of course, I paid it. I'm going to pay it anyway. I need the pass. So I'm going to pay it anyway, but it's definitely something for you all to consider. $150, and as far as I'm aware, it's not like they've done anything new with the perks. They haven't increased perks. In fact, I feel like they're removing some perks. For instance, Believe Key, that's what my wife has, my wife and my kids. So I have the Inspire because it gets free parking, and my kids almost never come up without me, so they have no purpose for purchasing, like for needing Inspire, because the vast majority of the time that they're going to visit, the Believe Key, the availability on the Believe Key works for them. It gives you most Saturdays and Sundays throughout the year, except for during spring break, during fall break, around Thanksgiving and Christmas, and over summer. Oh, actually in July. But I think I might have said July already. I don't exactly remember. Otherwise, like January, February, beginning of March, end of April, May, beginning of June, end of August, all of September, all of those like Saturdays are pretty wide open. So that's pretty great. However, this year, we were looking at trying to come on Sundays, which usually Sundays are wide open. We were looking at trying to come Sundays in December so that my kids and my wife can experience the Christmas season. And it looks like December 7th is the last Sunday. Last year, they were able to come on, well, what would have been the equivalent of December 14th this year, but that Sunday is now blocked out. So Disney is continuing to remove available dates to visit for even the second highest tier of the Believe Key. So Inspire Key is really kind of what you have to go for. The only dates that Inspire Key blocks you out is the week from Christmas to New Year's, and that's it. It's maybe about 10 days that even I am blocked out, and that's fine. That's the time of year where I like to recharge anyway. So it's good that I don't have to bother with trying to go to the park over Christmas and whatnot. But in any case, $150 for Inspire Key, $100 up on Believe Key. But that's not all. Over here on X, or Twitter, I still call it Twitter, I'm looking at Theme Park IQ. They recently shared this graphic. Disneyland Enchanting Extras price changes as well. Price changes have gone up inside the park for some services. Savvy's Workshop went up from $220 to $250. Now, the Walt Disney World price on Savvy's Workshop was $250 before this. So I don't know if their price has gone up or not. We can check their website in just a second, but here at Disneyland, the price had been $220 for quite a while, even though Walt Disney World was $250. It's one of the rare instances where prices were more expensive in Florida than they were here with Savvy's Workshop, but now that has gone up $30. $30 more for Savvy's Workshop to build your own custom lightsaber and enjoy that show that they give you. And then Droid Depot has gone up from $100 to $120. There's no show with the Droid Depot as opposed to Savvy's Workshop, which has a sort of like a little engaging storyline. That's the word I'm looking for. A storyline involved with Savvy's Workshop. Droid Depot, no storyline whatsoever. And then Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique It doesn't say that they've changed their pricing, or I don't exactly see what the pricing is, but Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique says from 8 packages down to 4 packages. Let's see if we can go discern what the price may be by checking Disneyland's website. And while I am pulling this up, it is good to note that I forgot to mention it earlier, but the prices on parking has also gone up. Prices on parking at Disneyland have gone up from $35 to $40. So the ticket price has gone up $5. If you want to avoid the cost increase there, the next time Inspire Key is available to purchase, or you already have a Magic Key and your renewal window comes around, you can upgrade to the Inspire Key and you will get free parking with Inspire. The Believe Key gives you 50% off, and I believe the other, I'm not sure if both keys, Imagine Key and Enchant Key, or if it's just Enchant, but I know that you can get 25% off at the Toy Story lot for the lower levels of passes. They're trying to encourage people to use the Toy Story lot. It does look like prices start at $60 and they go all the way up to $230. Okay, so here at Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, this is the pricing changes. I don't know what they were before, but the Adventure Package, the cheapest one, is $60, and then they have a $120 package, a $175 package, and a $230 package. And you can see what's all included in these packages here with Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique right on the Disneyland website. But that's not it. That's not everything, okay? We also have, interesting, so if you're wondering, why do they increase the parking? Why did they increase the parking fee over at Disneyland? Well, they are building another parking garage. So I guess they're taking the money from that and they're building another parking garage. Of course, the Eastern Gateway project, which is this new expansion over here on the eastern side of the Harbor Boulevard side of the park. They filed a permit to install the construction fence, at the site of the upcoming parking structure and transportation hub. So this is starting to happen. That is one of the reasons why that happened there. And then Blog Mickey, this is Walt Disney World related, but check this out, okay? Walt Disney World ends discounted pre-arrival Magic Band Plus offer for hotel guests and annual pass holders. So if you are going to Walt Disney World and you previously made it your habit, as was ours, to purchase Magic Bands every single time that you went, we would get brand new Magic Bands. And of course, they first started off by handing them out for free. And then they started making it so that only the non-printed ones were free. And then they started charging for all of them. And up until yesterday, they were giving like a $10 to $15 discount for pre-arrival purchases. So if you have a trip on the books, you can go through their selection of Magic Bands and you could order one at a discount. And those now, they're still available. You can still pre-purchase Magic Bands and have them shipped to your house, but they are no longer discounted. So for Disneyland pass holders like Magic Key holders like ourselves, it is actually best to purchase Magic Bands at Disneyland instead of doing the Walt Disney World pre-arrival discount, because there's no pre-arrival discount anymore. So it spoils the fun a little bit. I liked getting the box in the mail. Hey, this is, your trip is almost here. It's become more real. You just got the box of Magic Bands that you pre-ordered a couple of months ago. But again, it's a little bit disappointing that they've taken another perk, stripped another perk away, on top of all the other perks that they stripped away previously, and including, we're talking about just the Disneyland perks that they recently stripped away, like at the beginning of January. Remember, they will not be doing early entry anymore. And a lot of you have theorized them taking away the early entry perk for Disneyland hotel guests is because they're planning on charging for early entry and allowing anybody to do it for who will buy it. I honestly wouldn't be surprised the way things are going. Taking away free perks and charging you for them seems to be the name of the game with Disney. Of course, Universal is kind of spearheading a lot of this. Universal charged for Express Pass, and then Disney starts charging for Fast Pass. And Universal charges for early entry, early access to Super Nintendo World, and has been doing that for the last 2 years. But it was free before as a hotel guest perk. That was something that Universal did not offer. And so to take that away and then probably, though they haven't announced it, start charging for it in the future is just another example of Disney not focusing or caring about the customer. Back over here on Mickey Visit, we have a new California resident park hopper offer that I did want to mention to you briefly before we end this video. A couple of offers just to kind of keep on your radar for the future. This new California resident park hopper offer, this is not a new offer per se, but what I feel like is probably new is the fact that this is now for all California residents. Before, I believe it was a SoCal resident offer. Now it's California-wide. And this just goes to show you that despite the price increases, Disney is actually, or maybe as a result of the price increases, Disney is actually struggling with attendance. Why offer price discounts if you are packed, right? If you're full to the gills. And now you might say, wow, I've been coming to Disney and it sure has felt packed. And you know, absolutely for guests, a price increase may actually be a good thing in a way. Of course, if you can afford it, a price increase may be a good thing because maybe it means that fewer people are going to come as a result, and you don't have to worry about it being so crowded. However, nobody likes price increases. Nobody likes price increases. So I'm not justifying that. That's more like copium than anything else. Just trying to cope, like, oh yeah, price increases. Maybe that's a good thing. No, it's never really a good thing for the consumer. But new California resident park hopper, this is available to all California residents, and this is the idea is that it's valid from January 1st to May 21st, and you can visit any 3 days during that entire time frame. You could come January 1st, you could come May 15th, or March 15th, and you can come May 21st. And even though when you buy a typical 3-day ticket, it is only good for 14 days. We mentioned that earlier. We explained how that works. But this ticket in particular is actually good for the entire 5 months. So that allows you to spread out your visit over the course of 5 months. And this is really, really great. Now, of course, you don't have to spread out your visit over 5 months. You can still come all in one weekend. And if that's the case, you can book this 3-day California resident park hopper ticket through Getaway Today and couple it with a hotel, and they'll sell this, and we'll talk about the sales information in just a second. But you can purchase it separately as well, just as a ticket on Getaway Today. However, Getaway Today isn't going to have any cheaper pricing than what Disneyland sells it for. But the price here on this new California resident park hopper ticket is $249, and that's for ages 3 and up. So it doesn't matter if you're a child or an adult. This 3-day park hopper ticket is going to be $249. Just to put that into perspective, a single day ticket on a tier 6 day for park hopper is $314. $314. So you are saving, what is that? $65, and you're getting 3 days, 3 instead of 1. That is an amazing deal. And so this goes on sale December 3rd. Again, Getaway Today will be selling this as well, beginning on December 3rd. Additionally, you all have been asking about the $50 kids tickets, and I can't guarantee that those will go on sale again this year. They usually do, but I can't guarantee that they will go on sale. Usually those get announced and go on sale in November. So that's coming up as well. However, if you wait until then, you'll miss out on locking in these earlier rates. Again, if you want to get the old ticket prices, the old rates, you have to book before October 20th. Getaway Today is selling them for another 2 weeks. But then after that, you're going to be paying the same rate that you would if you were booking direct through Disneyland. Well, I mean, I'm sure there'll be a slight discount. Getaway Today is usually a little bit cheaper, but if you want the old rates, definitely act now. Get your trips booked before October 20th. Use the link down in the description and use my coupon code SCDD10 if you have at least 2 nights on a hotel and ticket package, and you'll save an additional $10. I know it's not much, but $10 is $10 more. So save every way that you can. And also, if you click the link down in the description for Getaway Today, you will be making sure that I get credit for that sale. I get paid for every ticket that you purchase, and I get paid for every package. In addition, I get travel credit for each package that you book as well, and it's no additional cost to you. You are getting this money-saving prices, these lower prices, and Getaway Today is paying me to essentially promote it. So if you want to support the channel, booking through Getaway Today is definitely a way to do that. You save money, I make money. It's a win-win for everybody. And when I make money through Getaway Today, I take that money and pour it right back into the channel. If you missed my announcement about us going on 2 Disney cruises and to Walt Disney World, then that's exactly how we're able to afford those, is through travel credits through Getaway Today. So I take the travel credit that I get through Getaway Today and I book more trips, and then you guys get the vlogs here on the channel. So I thank you and appreciate you for booking with Getaway Today. If you would rather talk to somebody on the phone, you can absolutely give them a call. Just make sure you tell them that SoCal Disney Dad sent you. That way they can properly credit me that way. So I get credit if you click my link and you book yourself, or I get credit if you tell them I sent you while on the phone. If you have any questions about these price increases or anything else related to booking a Disneyland vacation, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. I am always happy to answer them. As always, thank you for watching. Click that like and subscribe button on your way out if you have not done so already, and click this video to check out more of my Disneyland content. Thanks for watching, and we will see you again next time.